What's up, y'all? It's Miss Devoted Tiff, and I am back with my segment Tiff's Take, where I just share things that are on my heart and mind, not related to the creative or to my creative endeavors. So in this month of celebration, all kinds of love, whether it be romantic love, celebrating Valentine's Day, or love of all things Black with Black History Month, or even loving your heart via Heart Health Month, what better time to dig into one of the most important types of love? Self-love. But I want to dig into a very specific aspect of self-love, a form of self-love that can be challenging to carry out. That is loving yourself enough to be vocal when you have a valid concern. Sometimes it's just easier to let it ride. Sometimes it's more in your comfort zone to be passive aggressive, meaning finding an indirect way to drop hints about your feelings. And we do that in hopes that the other party picks up what we're trying to lay down. And it is good, of course, to pick battles because some grievances are just not worth addressing. However, there are many instances when we should vocalize and we don't, especially women and especially Black women. So often the question to myself and also to anyone watching this, if the alternative to not being vocal is being mistreated, misquoted, misunderstood, appearing unclear, or appearing to be complicit with the disrespect towards you, is it worth it? Does our desire to be seen as easy to get along with outweigh our desire to speak up for ourselves concerning things that are happening to us? And would you consider it self-love to appease that desire over appeasing your right to speak up? And then too, I think it's important to dig into why are we like this? Sometimes it's because we want to be liked. Sometimes it's because we are uncomfortable with confrontation. Sometimes it's because we fear the outcome. We think about, what if we worked up the nerve to say something and it is misunderstood because it came out wrong? Or what if who we vocalize our concern to comes back harder and stronger? Or what if they just don't care about our concern and continue to do whatever they want, and now things are just weird and we're in the same boat as we were before we even vocalized it? And then what may seem like a more obvious answer, but I'm going to address it anyways, is why should we do it besides self-love? Because whether it's family, friends, classmates, coworkers, peers, and most of all significant others, anyone that loves you, likes you, or at the very least respects you as a human being will not, and I repeat, will not be upset by you vocalizing. In any healthy, emphasis on healthy relationship, communication is not only necessary but desired. They should want to hear your questions, comments, concerns, and even feelings about something they have said or done. Anyone that has an issue with you speaking up either is a narcissist that feels they are above accountability and feedback, or they're an immature communicator or don't have emotional intelligence and they think you speaking up is an attack, or they only liked being around you because they didn't think you would ever speak up about anything. I want to say too that sometimes vocalizing a concern can be very eye-opening and give you insights on all of your ships, relationships, friendships, all the ships, family ships, all of them. The thing is, even if you don't get the response you hoped for, it's important to still speak up. They can accept it, they can reject it, they can completely choose to misinterpret it, or they may even fall back from you. They may not even respond to it at all. And sometimes it's ignored because it makes the person you addressed uncomfortable. Please, please know it's not you saying it that makes them uncomfortable. It's them being held accountable with no way out that makes them uncomfortable. But that's okay. You can only control yourself. But at least they know where you stand. And your statement can stand alone, whether it's received or not. It doesn't make it less valid, and it doesn't make it less important. There's a difference between being vocal and being confrontational. Confrontational literally means tending to deal with situations in an aggressive, very hostile, or argumentative manner. Vocal means expressing oneself freely or insistently. Vocal has this connotation that comes with it that people think being vocal is being combative or trying to create dissension, and that's just not the case. The ability to be vocal is needed for success. There is not one successful person alive that hasn't developed the ability to speak up for themselves, whether it's because something isn't right or making a decision they don't agree with. It's necessary to find your voice and use it to dictate your future, especially if you're planning on being a businesswoman or a leader. Trust me, Oprah, Beyonce, Rihanna are vocal with no apologies. Why? Because when it comes to disrespect, self-love is loving yourself enough to be vocal about things being done to you, even if it makes others uncomfortable and it makes you appear as difficult. Don't fear being seen as difficult. And as a matter of fact, tell them, fine, call me difficult. I'll be difficult. But while you're calling me difficult, please let's address the issue with my business or my brand, etc., etc. And lastly, I'll leave you with some tips on how to be vocal. 1, be confident. Don't try to change your voice to a baby voice or add humor and laughs or even try to back into it. You have a right to speak up, so don't hide behind shyness. 2, be clear. Minimize the emotion and just say what you want to say. An example would be like, when you said this, it made me feel this way. Or, I am not completely on board with this decision and I would like us to discuss it further. Or, I was confused by the comments and I wanted to see if I could get some clarity. 3, be respectful and open to dialogue. No need to yell, call someone out their name, attack them if they don't agree. No need to bring up the past or the future. Just say your piece, hear them out, and decide if you want to move forward. And thank them for their time and being open to a conversation, because many are not. And a big one, be okay with moving on or with new boundaries. Or if things are resolved, let it stay there. If the outcome of the conversation is agreeing to disagree or ending whatever ship it is, then that's fine. No hard feelings. But if it's squashed, cleaned up, resolved, forgiven, then let it be that. The people in my life and I, we get it all out. We say what we have to say. We move on. There's no lingering coldness or shortness in the next conversation. We don't say we're fine and start acting funny. We are committed to moving forward because life is too short. Just be done with it. Everybody knows where everybody stands. Let's just move on. And that's all I have. Just make sure you enjoy this month of love and self-love. And I hope you love yourself this month. And that is Tiff's Take.